You know? We go. All right. All right. God damn! Hi, friends. It's me, and we're back with some more Spirit Hunter Death Mark 2. Let's do this. This song is... Good morning. Did you get some good sleep? Trying to remember where... Hold on, sorry. I'm messing up her voice already. No, I was just spacing out. I couldn't sleep at all. I'd actually be more surprised if you could, given what happened. I know, right? Oh yeah, are you hungry? I made a light breakfast using the stuff I found in your kitchen. Sorry for not asking you first. I don't know if I should eat it or I should say I'm not hungry. Her face is kind of giving me a weird vibe right now. It's not that she's adorable, but she's also a high school student. But we're also trying to figure out who the departed is, you know? All right, I'll just eat it so I can be nice. Thanks, Dorio. I'll eat it. No problem. Sorry that this is all I can do, but at least I can help in a small way. I eat brunch together with Dorio. I've been in very bad shape due to a combination of lack of sleep and fatigue. Even chewing this food is a chore for me, but I managed for Dorio. And lastly, I forced myself to gulp down some coffee. Dorio stayed in the guest room last night. I figured things would turn out bad if she wasn't at her dorm in the morning when I asked her about it. She said she'd already received permission to stay out by lying that one of her relatives had collapsed. It's a lie that only someone who had the trust of the dorm manager would be able to get away with. Honestly, probably. And she's also like the student council president, isn't she? So she's like way up there. By the way, yesterday you said you found an old book in the clock tower. What happened to that book? Oh, do I have it on me? I pick up the old book that's been sitting on my desk. It's just an ordinary book written in ordinary black letters. There's no signs of the word kill in bright red text like I saw yesterday. Must have been another one of the departed's illusions just for me. Can you read it? I can skim through it, but it'll be hard for me to fully understand without time and research. But it's related to the departed, so we've got no choice but to read it, right? Shall we try our best to decipher it? My grades in classic literature are pretty good. I'm confident it can be of some help. Let's give it a shot then. I mean, if she can help. If she's not the departed. Dorio and I put our heads together and try to make some sense out of the old book. However, my addled and wearied mind is unable to focus and I don't feel like I'm making much progress. I bet Dorio is feeling the same. She almost dozes off in her seat. Despite our less than stellar efforts, we managed to learn some new things. In the past, M-Town apparently used to worship two gods. The first one was Lord Mushigami, who is mentioned in local lore, and the other was Lord Kabigami. Furthermore, M-Town had a special wedding ceremony tied to these two gods. And the name of that ceremony was the Departed's Wedding.
7章死人の嫁入り
I look at the clock and realize it's already evening. Out of the blue, my phone rings. Pangs of guilt hit me, and I hesitate to pick up the phone. Maybe it's the police. Who knows? Maybe Michiho's body was found and the cops received a report. Someone might have seen us together when we were heading to M-Town shop. Are you not going to pick it up? No, I will. I have no choice but to face the music. Hello? It's me, Konoe. Come to the school immediately. I will brook no disagreement. That's an order from your client. Konoe's strong words are matched by an unusually strong, assertive tone of voice. Sure thing. That's quite sudden, though. Can you at least tell me what's so important? I believe you must already have an idea. It's about Kinukawa. I can feel my heart pounding loudly. Kinukawa? I'd like to hear the details directly from you. I'll be waiting here. Make it quick. Mr. Yoshiki, you look really pale. The headmaster wants to talk about Michiho with me. What? You're kidding. But how? Her corpse should have disappeared. I'll be going to Konohara Academy. Then I will also. You stay here, Doyo. The situation will only get worse if you show up at school when you're supposed to be staying at your ill relative's place today. Understood. Be very careful, Mr. Yoshiki. I drag my exhausted body to the garage. Ooh, I'm in trouble. Shit, what should I do? Maybe I fooled Dorio, but the moment Mr. Konoe said the name Kinukawa, my body's been troubling. Calm your ass down, Kazuo Yashiki. You don't know what's going to happen. Keep your head in the game. Yep. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I slide in the car and take another deep breath. And then I slowly turn the ignition key. The chime rings when I arrive at Konohara Academy. It seems like I arrived just as class ended. The school looks the same as always, with no cops or media in sight. Which means her corpse hasn't been found yet. Why does Mr. Konoe want to talk to me about Michiho then? Huh? What was that? What was that? With classes having just ended, students begin to exit the new building. However, everyone looks exhausted. I don't feel any of the usual joy that you'd expect from students at the end of school day. But most disturbing than that? Strange-looking apparitions are roaming around the school. Nobody has noticed their presence, though. I doubt they can even see them. That's creepy! The number of apparitions I can count is roughly equal to the number of students. It's not just one or two. And the apparitions all look the same, like a spirit with giant insectoid legs and human face. The spirits are simply clinging to the students without doing anything. Though I have a feeling that they must be the reason the students look so pale and lethargic. I can understand that they're being possessed by these spirits, but why is it happening now all of a sudden? Maybe because he... Wait, bugs? Michiho had a... Michiho has a thing for bugs. I don't know. Maybe that was the final step for the departed. I don't know. Somehow I managed to restrain myself from making any surprised noises. Attracting attention here will only make me look suspicious. First of all, I need to get an idea what the situation is. What in the world? All the students and the teachers I passed on my way to the infirmary, every single one of them had a spirit clinging to their back. Wait, is it the same for me too? I walk toward the wash basin in the corner of the infirmary, and when I look into the mirror, there are no spirits clinging to my back. Okay. Good. I'm the only one who doesn't have one. Is this also the departed's doing? What should I do? My mind becomes a swirling miasma of confused thoughts and muddled emotions. Even if I were to try and explain the situation to them, I'm the only one who could see these spirits, so nobody would ever believe me. Shit! This is bad. I'm completely out of ideas, but staying here is pointless. I should make a move. Mr. Konoe is waiting for me in the faculty room. May as well get this over with. Let us exit. On to the faculty room. When I enter the faculty room, Mr. Konoe is already there with an exhausted look on his face. There's a spirit clinging to his back, though he doesn't seem to notice it either. Oh, it's so creepy. That's so cool. You finally arrived. Let's get on with it already. My body's feeling even more leaden than it was yesterday. I do recall that he mentioned feeling worn down yesterday as well. If this fatigue is being caused by these vengeful spirits, that means he may have already been possessed back then. Does the fact that I can see these spirits mean that the departed is getting even stronger? What's wrong? You seem like you're not quite looking at me. Nothing. There are things he's better off not knowing. I'll just keep that quiet and not alarm him any more than I need to. So what's this about Kinukawa? Oh, right. She left the dorm yesterday and hasn't returned. Do you happen to know anything about that? Don't know, dodge the question, or remain silent. I feel like both those other options are the worst. Dodging the question or remaining silent. I'm gonna lie. Well, I've got no idea what happened to her. After the promise I made with Dorio, this is the only way I could possibly respond. All right. Just remember, if you cause some sort of incident, it will reflect poorly on me as well, since I'm the one who hired you. But this is a matter of the student's safety we're talking about here. If you're hiding something from me, I won't forgive you. Okay. Should I be honest with him since it involves Michiho's safety? Even if I was, though, it's too late already. Telling him won't help anyone's safety. If you truly don't know anything about it, then we'll handle it from here. I suppose we could contact her family. These types of situations are frankly a struggle without Sakamoto around to handle them. What? Is Miss Sakamoto not here today? Yes, and she didn't even call in. It's very unlike her. I wouldn't say anything if she just weren't feeling well. Everyone falls ill sometimes. Her absence has been troubling me since I found this thing on my desk. Here, read it. Oh no. Tell me it's not a letter. He hands me 5 sheets of paper bundled together with a paper clip. It looks like a write-up to me. Ugh. As soon as I read the first page, I groaned. This is basically a formalized complaint against Kazuo Yoshiki, the temporary teacher. The paper is a laundry list of reasons why I'm unfit to be a teacher at this hallowed institute. And to no one's surprise, my unnatural close relationship with 2 members of the student council is primary concern. Who cares about all that? Read the last page. What's this now? The 5th page is different from the others. The other pages were written with a stern, diligent hand, but this page is inked with sloppy, disconcerting handwriting. The voice keeps ringing in my head. They keep calling and calling, and they don't stop. I will soon die. 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 There's only one way to save my life. Go to the small room deep in the darkness. Goodness, at long last. Fox Mushigami Kabigami. Fox Mushigami Kabigami. Fox Mushigami Kamigami. I wonder how it's anything to do with that statue that's outside. What the hell is this? Mushigami and Kamigami. Kabit. It's the names of the 2 gods mentioned in the old M Town book. This can't be a coincidence. How could Sakamoto have written this? A voice echoing in their head, guiding them a step closer to death. It reminds me of something. That's right. Izumi said something similar before he died. But it's too late now. I messed up. The departed hates me. I keep hearing a voice saying die, 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 die in my head. I've got no fucking time left. I don't want to die. I'll definitely kill Hanako at the music room. Perhaps Sakamoto is also being targeted by the departed. But why would Sakamoto... Why, you're asking? Don't you even realize it? You keep asking why? Always why. Isn't it your entire job to investigate that? It's because of your slowness and incompetence that we have these mounting casualties. Mr. Konoe raises his voice and glowers at me. Such a normally mild-mannered person lashing out that much. Is this because of the curse, or is it just that he's stressed? People's lives are at stake here. We've had students perish already. Don't use your unprofessionalism as an excuse. Results are all that matter. It's entirely your fault that things have turned out this way. Have I made myself clear, Yoshiki? I apologize. What's the point of apologizing here? Mr. Konoe lets out a sigh and his shoulders droop. My grandfather founded this school. I must protect it. I've been working so hard to do that. My heart feels like it's breaking now. Mr. Konoe, the only thing I desire now is your report telling me that this case has been resolved. I don't want to fritter away any more time having this conversation. You are dismissed, Yoshiki. Dang. If he's usually mild-mannered and he's getting that mad. The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. As much as I want to inspect the clock tower, the door's locked in the evening. I'll wait in the infirmary until the sun sets. I'm gonna look around the school real quick. There's no one here. Let's go somewhere else. There's no one here. Let's go somewhere else. All right. Oops, I hit the student council room again, sorry.
You better be.
I go back to the infirmary and wait until nightfall. It's time to head out. Will the door to the clock tower be open? Who's knocking? A knock. Who's here at this hour? Mr. Yoshiki. Dorio enters the room, a spear clinging to her back. That wasn't there back at Kujo Mansion. Did it appear when she came to Konohara Academy? Or is it because of the time? More mysteries are piling up, and none of them are being solved. Why are you here, Dorio? I snuck in since I thought you'd be the only one here at this time. I'm a real delinquent now. Why did you come here? You're going to go to the clock tower, right? I'll tag along. No, I can't let you. I am not going to have a repeat of what happened to Michiho. I didn't ask for your permission. I'm tagging along whether you like it or not. This incident isn't just about you. It's also affecting me. Dorio. Is she going to mention the thing on the back? Okay, let's talk real quick. We're going to the clock tower, right? Yeah, but there's something I need to check first. How are you feeling, Dorio? My body feels somewhat heavy. Maybe it's the lack of sleep. Oh, she can't see it. But it's fine. I can go. I'll make sure I won't hold you back. Fine, don't push yourself too hard, though. Let's keep quiet about the vengeful spirit. It's not like we can do anything about it anyway. It's just so weird, just sitting there like... just watching over everything we're doing. Like, I can't imagine. Actually, I think I'd be really stressed out if I found out there was something on my back like that. All right, let us go check the... Oh yeah, we have to go to the corridor. Because we're checking the tower. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Her avatar still has the facial mark. All right. So I find myself here once again. A clock tower with a clock that has not stopped moving. Inside this tower, Michiho is... Let's go, Mr. Yoshiki. Yeah. It's open. All right. The door's half opened. That means we can go inside. Makes me feel like this is the Departed's work. Are you sure about this, Dorio? I can hear the sounds of Dorio trying to steal herself. What's going through her mind right now? Tension or is it fear? In any case, her gaze is fixed forward. I'm ready. All right, let's go. Ugh. Oh, she's not still in there. Is she? Okay. Whew. There's no trace of Michiho's corpse in the clock tower. There's nothing left on the floor. There's neither traces of blood nor the giant insects. I wonder if those giant insects like fed off of her to become those spirits? Maybe. Mr. Yoshiki, I knew it. The Departed disposed of her corpse. I guess so, yeah. Michiho. Stumbling on her feet, Dorio walks towards the area where Michiho collapsed. She then turns around to me and begins to speak. Michiho was the best friend I ever had. She might have seemed selfish to you, but she was actually a really caring person. Even when she decided to be the student council vice president, she only did it to help me out. She didn't even really want to be a student council member. Were you two friends for a long time? Yes, we were friends even before we entered kindergarten. Yes, we were friends even before we entered kindergarten. Our parents are close. Both of us are only children. So I don't know why I like misread it in my head, even though I said it out loud right. Both of us are only children, so we became friends quickly. Because both of us wanted to have siblings, we both often played sisters. I'd play the stubborn, fussy older sister, while she'd be the sloppy yet kind younger sister. She continues rambling until her voice gradually fades. I bet even Dorio herself has no idea what she's saying right now. It's not the time for action. It's time to just be there for her and listen. I nod silently. I shared everything with Michiho. My hobbies, future dreams, the troubles I hid from other people, even my crush. Listen to me, Mr. Yoshiki. Michiho loved you.
What?
Did you realize her feelings? Bro, that is a high school student, and I'm pretty sure Yoshiki's in his 40s. Oh god, I did it. Oh, I guess that's not surprising. It's only been a few weeks since we first met. Oh, that was Yoshiki saying that. Time is irrelevant. It's all about the event that made her fall for you.
What event?
Didn't you compliment her hair before? She believed it was fate that there was someone who could see our curse other than the two of us.
But I'm a teacher and she's a student.
So you think that's weird?
Yeah, it's not very common.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. 5 years ago at the school, there was a tragic love story between a teacher and his students. She must be referring to Rei Kashima and... I said Kashima. She must be referring to Rei Kashima and Sosuke Hidose from the art club. She probably heard it from Michiho. Love can bloom regardless of your situation. It doesn't matter whether the love is accepted or not.
Love, huh?
I might be insensitive at times, but I think I understand the kind of love Dorio is talking about. It's a feeling young girls often consider precious. However, I'm an adult and a teacher, albeit a temporary one. Though they might think they have adult feelings, Michio and Dorio are children at the end of the day. It's my responsibility to keep them that way. Yes, Yoshiki! Yes! We're not doing, I'm not even gonna mention it. I'm not even gonna
I can't accept those feelings, Dorio.
Is that so? Hihi, I'm relieved to hear that. You're still the same as ever. A teacher who harbors romantic feelings for their student is the worst. Dorio gives me a mischievous smile. Was this some kind of test? It's not like I want you to accept her feelings. I just want you to recognize Michiho's love. I think that's what she wanted too.
Dorio.
Is she the deported? Her love remained a bud until the end. It never had a chance to bloom. But now that you finally realize her feelings, I believe maybe her soul can rest a bit easier. Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Yoshiki. Okay. What are we going to do now?
Find out who the departed was, obviously. In order to do that, we need to decipher the old book we found here.
So let's go back to the infirmary. I'm sure we can decipher it if we both give it our best.
It's not like we have a choice anyway.
However, even with both of us, it'll take some time to decipher the content of the book. I wish there was a better way to do this.
Yoshi.
A cabinet full of old books. There used to be a board blocking the door. I didn't have time to check it before. Let's give it a look now. I open the door and inspect other spots beside this upper shelf where the old books are stored. Everything is basically junk, like a moldy mirror, a white mask, and some worm-eaten fabric. If only they'd been preserved properly, they might be valuable antiques. I find a familiar item among the junk. Is it a tooth? I knew it. Well, at least we could upgrade it something else. It's an eerie tooth.
Yoshi.
A mannequin without limbs. Has it always been clothed? I'm gonna check some stuff up here real quick. Never know. There's supposed to be an altar at the top.
By the way, Dorio, you said you and Michiho saw an altar where the doll was placed in the clock tower, right? But I don't see an altar anywhere.
Yes, I'm surprised myself. There was definitely an altar when we came here. This is strange. Were they hallucinating or something? I don't think that's the case because the altar was also mentioned in the school newspaper. It's absurd to think that they were all hallucinating.
In that case, it may have been something caused by the departed. No one knows which is the real clock tower. The clock tower we're in now, or the one you saw before with the altar.
Huh? Like, yeah, it could be like different dimension type things. Like a otherworld clock tower and the regular clock tower. And then the serial killer with the garden scissors clock tower. Wrong game. A large wooden box. I used the item inside here too. Mr. Yoshiki, you have to focus on your investigation or else we will fail.
Yeah, I know.
There's a small item lying in the corner of the box. Sweet, a tooth probably. Yay! I pick it up with my hand. It's an eerie tooth. Great. All right, let's go down. We're going down, down, and we're going down more. And down to the first floor so we can leave. Okay. I wonder if we could just hit the return. Yes. Okay.
Hey, Yoshiki.
A familiar voice greets me when I enter the infirmary. Uh-oh.
So you're actually here, huh? Credit where credit is due. You were right, hag.
Ha! You can always trust my intuition.
Mashita, Yasuoka.
I called Kujo Mansion, but no one answered. I got worried, Yoshiki.
You really caused our trouble.
I can see spirits on their backs too. Are these spirits attaching themselves to everyone who enters school grounds, not just those who attend Konohara Academy?
Judging by the awful look on your face, something must have happened. Spill it now. About that.
Don't do that, Mr. Yoshiki. If you tell them, you'll... You must be Dorio, the student council president. Please trust us. Yoshiki's our friend. We won't betray him.
Yoshiki is already a jumbled pile of misdemeanors. Trespassing, theft, traffic violations, some more theft. I can't count them all on my fingers. I'm not going to be surprised by anything that comes out of his damn mouth, so stop wasting your time and spit it out already. Fine, I'll talk. I want to bring an end to this case no matter what it costs me, and I need your help.
I tell them everything that happened last night, and I don't hide a single thing. The Departed's Wrath, the old book we found at the clock tower, the fact that I killed Michiho, Dorio helping me out, and the spirits I've been seeing on everyone since this morning.
You must be kidding me. To think you'd kill someone.
Don't blame him for that. He was controlled by the Departed.
Insanity or not, murder is still murder. Article 199. A person who kills another person is punished by the death penalty or life imprisonment or for a definite term of no less than 5 years. I'd slap the cuffs on you myself if I had them with me. I could see that. Let me just say one thing. The law only applies if the victim is human. What do you mean by that? Oh, come on. Stop playing dumb. You know damn well what I mean. There's a definite chance Michiho Kinukawa was the Departed.
What are you going on about? There's no way Michiho was...
You think there's no way?
Oops, wrong voice.
You think there's no way? She's pretty suspicious to me. Doesn't her natural attachment and affection for you remind you of the Departed?
Please stop! How dare you talk about her love like that?
You better watch your mouth too, Himiko Dorio. You're also a suspect. Both of you have something in common with the way you approach Yoshiki.
Enough! You're being so cruel! Dorio glares at Mashita,
her shoulders trembling. She's going to lunge at him at any moment now.
Ooh, who do I stop? I mean, Mashita's right, though. I'm gonna stop Dorio.
Calm down, Dorio. I'll deal with him.
Understood.
Yoshiki, here's my suggestion for you. Investigate Michiho Kinukawa. Determine whether or not she was really the Departed. But Michiho is already... Even if her corpse is gone, the evidence remains. Search her room. You might find clues about the Departed there. Where does she live? The dormitory near the school? She's in the same dorm as you, right?
Yes.
It's a good thing we have someone who knows about the dorm with us. Will you help us out?
Mr. Yoshiki, are you telling me you suspect Michiho? I'm gonna tell her no so she doesn't freak out.
No, I'm only doing this to prove her innocence.
Understood. I'll cooperate since I believe she's innocent.
Thanks, Dorio.
Hey, Yoshiki, you mentioned seeing vengeful spirits?
Yes, in fact, there's also one on your back.
I guess this must be why I've been feeling weird ever since yesterday. I wonder if the reason only you can see them is because you're the departed's groom.
What are they anyway?
The embodiment of the departed's curse, most likely. Might be a result of their transformation, like the red lights in the school. Perhaps they all look the same because they are born from the same curse. It's not totally impossible, though the fact that the spirits are part human, part insect definitely raises some questions. Considering one of the Japanese characters composing the name Lord Mushigami means insect, I wonder if there's a connection. The deities of M-Town and the Departed, they really might be connected in some way.
What will happen if we just let them be?
I don't know for certain, but I have a prediction. Those who are possessed by spirits will grow progressively weaker before they eventually die. I've witnessed this several times. No way! So everyone will die at this rate? Is there anything we could do to avoid it? Considering the number of the spirits performing an exorcism is out of the question, our only hope is to exterminate the leader of the spirits, the Departed. They're the cause of this disaster. Once they're gone, everything will be back to normal. Things have gone from worse to horrible at blazing speed. The damage has spread, but our mission remains unchanged.
There's something I'd like to ask you, Yasuoka.
I take the old book from my bag.
Can you help us decipher this book? It's a book about M-Town, a formerly inhabited area near here. Maybe you can also tell us something about the Departed. Can you read it? You're really well versed in these sorts of things.
Sure, I'll do my best. I'll try to decipher as much of the book as I can until you all return. Thank goodness. So we can... This is why it's great to have friends. Because then they'll help you out with this stuff. Because we don't have that much time, so she can get this done while we're getting other stuff done. I wish I had friends. I'm just kidding. You're all my friends. Shall we head over to the student dormitory? It's just across from the bus stop in front of the school. All right, let's talk real quick. I hope Kinokawa's not the Departed. You believe in her, right, Yoshiki? All right, let's trade because I have enough teeth now. Oh, she brought new ones? Thanks. I'll see you later then. I think we have to go out the front, right? That's where they get to the dormitories, maybe? There we go. Okay. We go along the road and finally reach the door. I should have checked those things in case there were teeth. Dang it. But the front door is locked. Not surprising, given that it's already past curfew. The back door might be open. The door manager is a bit sloppy sometimes. She often forgets to lock the door. Dorio's right. The back door is open. See, I told you. We'll be in trouble if we get caught. Let's hurry. Fortunately for us, the dorm entrance is empty when we get there. Thank goodness the manager isn't here. I thought she'd stay behind with Michiho's disappearance and all. Looks like she went home at her regular time.
Wow, what a loyal employee.
Shall we look for the key to Michiho's room? The manager has a duplicate, so we'll be fine as long as we find that.
Mm-hmm.
A row of mailboxes. Based off of the number of mailboxes I see, this student dormitory is quite big.
Mm-hmm.
There's an elevator in front of me. It's not a very big one. Probably can only fit 4 or 5 people tops. Michiho's room's on the 4th floor, but we're going to need to find the duplicate key to her room.
Yoshi.
This is the administration office where the dorm manager works.
The key should be around here.
Please wait a moment. I'll take a look. Dorio enters the administration room. I'm the only one in the entrance now.
This is bad.
If a student happens to come in at this moment, I'm not going to have any good explanation. Not only did I barge in here without permission, but this is a female dormitory. There's no justification for me being here.
Come on, get back here soon.
My impatience is starting to grow. But then Dorio appears, granting my wish. In her hand is a key with a label attached. Found it. This is the key to Michiho's room.
So is that easy to find, huh? This dorm sure is unsafe, easy to access keys, and the back door isn't even locked?
The key was in a sturdy case with a combination lock. I only know the combination because Michiho told me.
Why didn't Michiho know it?
She snooped on the manager once when she was entering in and memorized it. She didn't intend to do anything bad with it, though, probably.
Goodness.
This should get us into Michiho's room. Her room is on the 4th floor. Let's take the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
There's an elevator in front of me. It's not a very big one. Probably can only fit 4 or 5 people tops. Oh, I read that already. Let's go to the 4th floor. Once we arrive on the 4th floor, I let Dorio lead us down the hallway. Oh. We come to a stop in front of the door with the number 402 on it. This is Michiho's room. The moment Dorio opens the door, I duck into the room. Oh, look at all the frogs! I turn on the light to reveal the whole room.
Is this a single room? I only see one bed here. I just sort of assumed you'd be sharing a room since this is a student dormitory.
It's not really common, but yes, all the rooms here are single rooms. Well, now that I know this room only has a single occupant, that means that anything I see here is a reflection of Michiho's personality. This doesn't look like a room that a terrifying spirit like the departed would live in. It's so cute. She's got so many frogs.
I'm gonna see what I can find. Just wait here.
I shall leave the investigating to you. How cute.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the small frog decorations, there's also a plastic fish tank on the shelf. Inside the tank is a dead frog. Because it died on top of a dry stone, its body is completely shriveled up. It's bone dry. Huh? Bring the little one. Frog drives away bugs.
Ugh.
A whisper suddenly invades my mind. This isn't the first time I've experienced this. A strange voice is speaking to me. Bring the little one. Frog drives away bugs. Are they telling me to bring this dead frog somewhere? For what reason? I wonder to myself. But the voice in my head never gives me an answer. Sitting here and waiting for an answer will get me nowhere. What I need to do is make a decision. And I've always chosen to follow the guidance of the spirit's whisper. Who knows? Maybe this frog has some kind of spiritual power. Why is it dead, though? She's only been gone for, like, 24 hours, right? The frog should be dead already. But and if it's shriveled up like that, it's been like that for a while, right? Aside from the small frog decorations, there's also a plastic fish tank on the shelf. I retrieved the dried frog corpse from the fish tank.
Yoshi.
Her dresser is most likely filled with clothing. There's a stuffed frog doll on the top. Should I check her drawers too, just in case? I hesitate a bit, but then I realize there are bigger issues than decorum at play here. Inside the drawers are Michiho's casual clothes. These clothes reveal that she didn't appear to care overly much about fashion, as some of the clothes are very similar to one another. I also inspect the backs just to be sure, but I don't find anything hidden on them. When I close the drawers, something falls down to the ground. Tooth! Knew it. Made the tooth sound.
Yoshi. いけそうだ.
Hey! And we leveled up. Moe said lost souls are often seen in places near spiritual disorders, so why is this thing here then? It's rather curious to find it here, though it's too early to use this as evidence against Michiho. Even if this dorm is cursed, we can't just assume that Michiho was the cause of it. There's a large poster of a loving frog mom and her frog child.
ここ?
A calendar with a frog drawing is hanging on the wall. It's already October, but the calendar's remained on August. How long's this stuff been going on? 2 months?
これは
There's a frog-shaped board hanging on the wall. I find 2 notes on it. One is a note about raising a frog, and the other is about her summer vacation plans. August 8th. School day. Go to the clock tower with Hime. That must have been the day when she and Dorio discovered the female doll in the clock tower.
ふん
There's a thin layer of dust on the desk, along with a notebook. Froggy Log 3 is written on the cover. As the title suggests, the notebook is all about a frog it seems she's caring for. I see a lot of enthusiastic praise inside. Things like, OMG, so cute! Or, true beauty. There are also some cute drawings that convey her affection toward her pet amphibian, but with no dates mentioning in the entries, it's hard to guess when she wrote these. Other than that, there are a lot of notes about her frog's food. She fed it either crickets, flies, or earthworms, trying to learn what the frog liked the most. Furthermore, she happily noted how the frog would eat the insects. So I can't check that other tank.
Yosh.
I guess we'll check this. It's a small refrigerator for a single person. There are a few bottles of soda inside.
うん
A mattress sits atop a typical pipe bed frame, and there's a stuffed frog sitting by the pillow. She only has a light blanket on the bed. Does she not get cold at night? That concludes my inspection. Did you learn anything, Mr. Yoshiki?
Yeah, a lot.
Huh? What did you learn? There's no sign of life in this room. The resident loves frogs. The resident's preferences changed.
The owner of this room loves frogs. The stuffed dolls, fish tank, and the poster. This place is stuffed to the gills with frogs. That seems like something quite important.
Mr. Yoshiki, why would that be important?
How do I say it? It's hard to explain, but I just kind of feel it.
Yeah, considering she loved bugs a lot. Right? Because her whole thing is that she loves bugs, bugs, bugs. Which is weird because The Departed seems to have, there's bugs everywhere. We keep finding dead bugs places, for one. And then The Departed has like these bug-like creatures. And The Departed turned into a bug-like thing. But now we know that she actually loves frogs, which eat bugs. I don't think you can love both, honestly. So I have a feeling something happened that completely changed her personality, and she might not even be Michiho to begin with. That's my guess, but we'll find out right now, probably. Oh, all right. Judging by the way she's staring at me, I don't think she's very convinced. But we'll do the preferences changed.
The Michiho I know loves bugs, but the owner of this room clearly loves frogs. Additionally, from what she wrote in her notebook, she only considers bugs to be food for a frog. That's a pretty drastic change in personality, don't you think?
Well, true, but she's always been a fickle person. Her preferences change every once in a while. Last year, she was really into video games, and before that, she was obsessed with puzzles. So, honestly, it doesn't seem all that weird.
Answer me, Dorio. When did Michiho start liking bugs?
It was around the end of August when our summer break ended.
There's no sign of life in this room. There's a layer of dust on the desk, and she neglected the frog she'd been raising. Furthermore, the calendar's on August, almost as if time has stopped here.
But Michiho came back here every day.
She might not have returned here, but I honestly doubt that she spent her time here as a human.
Oh my god. Time in this room stopped in August, the same time as her dramatic change in preferences. That can't be coincidence in my book. Something must have happened to Michiho around that time. She turned into a different person after that point. But is person even the right word here? Mr. Yoshiki, are you saying that this room hasn't changed in a long time and Michiho suddenly changed her interest because she'd become the Departed? I'm gonna say that's right. You must be joking. Michiho is the Departed? No, it can't be. Dorio protests frantically. I understand her feelings. I truly do. If Michiho really had changed since the end of August, that means when we first met at school that night, she was already... For the entire time I've known Michiho, she was the Departed. Departed is a spirit. Spirits are already dead. Putting it that way, the Michiho from that time? Mr. Yoshiki, if the Michiho we know recently was the departed, what about the real Michiho? It's not hard to imagine. The departed replaced the real Michiho. Both of them wouldn't have been able to exist at the same time, so...
I'm sure she was killed months ago.
This can't be real. Our business here is done. We've learned what we wanted to know. Or rather, we learned what we didn't want to know. Ever since leaving the dorm, Dorio's had a blank look on her face. I can't blame her. She just lost her best friend a second time. I bet she's got no tears left to cry at this point. Poor thing.
You okay?
Yes. A short, hollow response. She looks so pale, I'm worried that she might just collapse. Let's head back to the infirmary. We need to share this information with the others. I'm gonna check these first. There's a bench with paint peeling on every corner. I even see some crushed bugs on the seat. Insects are pretty common on the school grounds and in the nearby areas. Is this because the departed? When I check out the corner of the bench, I find something on the ground. Sweet! I think we can upgrade again. There's no need for me to take the bus now. Yeah. Let's just do that. Mashita and Yasuoka are waiting for me. I better report our findings with them. I'm gonna trade real quick though.
助けになるといいけれど。
What's this one? Oh yeah, reduces the action cost. Yeah, let's do that. All right, talk.
You're finally here. What did you find?
I tell them the information I learned from the student dormitory.
Knew it. Michiho Kunikawa. Michiho Kinukawa is the departed. And now the whole murder in the clock tower is also cleared up. That was just another one of the departed's tricks. Kinukawa manipulated you into thinking you killed her. Why did she do that?
Probably to destroy your mind with fear. She wanted to drive you to insane. Maybe you being insane is one of the departed's marriage requirements.
You're thinking like an insane bride deserves an insane groom? It makes some sense.
Killing a student who's in love with you? That certainly would be something that could drive a person mad. My mind would have been shattered had Dorio not shown up that day.
Say, Dorio, is the whole avenge Michiho for me promise I made you still intact?
Yes. This doesn't change the fact that the departed still harmed Michiho.
All right, I'll do my best then.
Yoshiki, there's something I'd like to tell you. I've deciphered the book you gave me. Oh, good.
Appreciate it.
This book details an ancient M-Town ritual. Allow me to give you the gist. I jot down what Yasuoka says in my notebook. Summary of the old M-Town book. In the past, severe famine devastated M-Town. Residents of the town believed the fury of their deities, Mushigami and Kabigami, were the cause of the tragedy. Hence, shrines were built to worship the deities. Mushigami Shrine was located in downtown, while Kabigami Shrine was built in the Fox Forest. I bet it's behind that giant boulder that we can't get past. Mushigami Shrine and Kabigami Shrine are merely halls of worship for the old two deities. One an insect deity, the latter a mold deity. The main shrine is to both. Mushikabi is located elsewhere. Mushikabi Shrine is located deep in the Fox Forest, off the road. Only relatives of the priests and Fox, the messenger, know how to get to the shrine. There's two gods. I hope there's not two departeds. The departed's wedding was held when a great famine occurred in M-Town. Held to wish for the end of the famine, this is also a sacred wedding ceremony where the matched brides and grooms exchange vows before the two deities. This ritual was last held during the Meiji era, about 100 years ago. It said the selected brides and grooms completed the ceremony at Mushikabi's shrine, and the great famine in M-Town finally came to an end. Because it is a holy ritual, the selection criteria for the brides and grooms was quite stringent. The grooms must be from the priest's family and have impeccable spiritual qualities. As for the brides, they must be pure maidens that come from a decent family. Furthermore, both of them have to be exceptional in all aspects, including their intelligence, lineage, and personality. Hence, the chosen brides and grooms are said to be blessed and are the envy of the town. Okay. After she's done explaining the context of the book, I'm left speechless. Deities named for bugs and mold, the departed's wedding, the bride and the groom, and the selection. There's so many things in this book that overlap with the departed's actions and remarks.
This book is definitely our way to find out the departed's true identity.
Agreed. It feels like we're finally managing to get a real look at the departed's history. But Yasuoka halts her words, pondering.
If there's something on your mind, just say it out loud, Yasuoka.
Do you not find this strange? If the wedding ritual was a blessed event, like the book said, how could the departed have been born? She has a point. Based on my previous interaction with spirits, they're birthed from grudges. This book probably only covers a sanitized version of the truth. If there's another part shrouded in the darkest abhorrence, that's the part you'll need to uncover.
We already inspected Mushigami's shrine in the corridor and Kabigami's shrine in the forest during our encounter with Mr. Kokuri. However, we didn't find any clues about their departed. The last one is the Mushikabi shrine, then. There might be something of note there. Mushikabi shrine is located in the depths of the fox forest. We don't have time to explore the whole forest.
Then our only choice is to ask the fox how to get there. Yasuoka is referring to the fox, the messenger of the gods mentioned in the book. There's a fox in the storage area of the science room, though it doesn't look like a messenger to me. I'm going to need to find another fox. The statue! Now that we have a plan, we can finally start the investigation.
Yasuoka, Mashita, I know I need help, but this is quite a dangerous case. Why are you willing to help me out?
Because they're your friends. That's what friends do. The departed has transformed and grown stronger. They also refer to me as their husband. This is on another level than helping deal with the spirits and the notices. I have no idea what will happen next. And yet, they've decided to jump into the hellhole alongside me. Where does that determination of theirs come from? This is my job. I believe it is my fate to save those who are terrorized by the wrath of the spirits. I've only lived this long because my purpose in the world of the living has not been completed yet.
This is my job too, because this old bag here asked me to, and in a more literal sense, because I actually get paid to do it. The pay's worth the risk.
Great, great. Simple, straightforward answers. This is why I've placed my faith in them, a strong faith that can't be described in words. The simple ways that they lead their lives makes me feel like I can't trust them with mine.
Thank you.
Let's head out if we're done chatting.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait a minute, Mr. Yoshiki. Can I come with you? I'm gonna say yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you? Who in their right mind would bring a kid into the forest at night? You do make a good point. Stay put here, Dorio.
But you look awfully pale, Dorio. If you collapse, you'll only make things more difficult for Yoshiki. Let's both wait here, all right? Understood. Dorio nods reluctantly at Yakuosa's insistence. I was gonna consult Masha on it, but because it's her best friend. She wants to know. She probably wants to be there as I'm learning things. So now I feel bad that she can't go, but she does. If she is that pale, she is gonna probably collapse at some point. Please be careful, Mr. Yoshiki.
Let's bring an end to this stupid game, Yoshiki.
All right. Let's talk real quick. A fox, huh? There's an old guardian fox in the courtyard. Is that the one? That's the one I figured. But good to know she also agrees with me. All right. Let's go to the courtyard. Oh, today. What was that?
これは
Oh. The light illuminates the ground is reflecting off something. It's a tooth, isn't it? I bend over and pick it up. Excellent. Although I need 2 more. If I find 2 more, I could upgrade that other thing.
ここは
A massive statue of the guardian fox stands here. It's darkened, which gives one the impression that it has been here for quite some time. A guardian fox, huh? I guess this could be called the messenger of the gods. We might find a clue to the location of the Mushikabi shrine. We better inspect it. Bet this fox was originally put here to protect Mushigami Shrine. While the fox is usually known as the messenger of Inari Shrine in the other parts of Japan, I guess it's different in this area. I can't seem to find anything unusual about this even after I thoroughly inspect it. And it's not like this fox is just going to start talking. What do we do now?
How long are you gonna keep staring at that statue? You tried checking the pedestal? Oh, you're right.
Good old Mashita. I direct my flashlight toward the weathered pedestal and inspect it as Mashita watches with a look of annoyed disbelief. It looks like there are some letters written on the bottom part of the pedestal. This might lead us to the location of the shrine. Let's try to read it. Tab. I try reading the letters on the bottom of the pedestal. However,
Damn, I can't read anything with all the mold covering it.
mold, huh?
The hell? Just brush it off then. I tried, but it didn't come off at all. It must be stuck on good because it's been growing undisturbed for so long. We need some mold remover. Damn it, we're encountering some really shitty things on this case. So where should we get some? Most stores are already closed for the night. Let's look around the school. They must have that kind of thing for cleaning.
Though I didn't find any mold remover in the broom closet when I was investigating Haneko's case, and searching the entire school would definitely take some time.
We better ask someone who's familiar with the school first. Worst case scenario, we'll head all the way back to the Kujo mansion to grab something that'll do it. Okay.
Well, ask Dorio. Because that just sounds like the easiest thing to do. She is student council president. I'm pretty sure they know. Because I'm pretty sure in Japan with schools, they usually clean up after themselves too, right? Like the students will stay behind to clean. At least that's what I've seen in anime. I don't know. Don't quote me. All right. Talk. Huh? What brought you back?
We've encountered a bit of a problem and need your help.
I tell her about the mold on the pedestal and ask if she knows where we can find some mold remover. Mold remover? I'm pretty familiar with the school, but I have no idea where they keep that. My apologies. At this rate, I really have to go back to Kujo Mansion to get mold remover. Sorry for sticking my nose in, but is there any bleach around that you know of?
Bleach?
Mold remover and chlorine bleach have similar ingredients. Do you happen to know where the bleach is, Dorio? There should be a bottle in the student council room. I don't exactly remember where it is in the room, though. Well, there we go. All right. We'll go to the student council room. According to Dorio, there should be a bottle of bleach here somewhere. Let's get looking for it. No reason to dawdle. I'm gonna dawdle. There's nothing inside the trash can, though it still smells really musty.
これは
On the desk, I find a notepad with something written on it. Will the next students' meeting be postponed due to a recent event concerning the departed? What will happen to the clock tower project? I don't find any useful information.
よし
There are several printouts on the whiteboard. One of them is about the clock tower. Konohara Academy Student Council note. Konohara Academy's 70th anniversary project. Wake Up Clock Tower, built to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary. The school tower is a representation of Konohara Academy's 70 years history. Oops. To commemorate the 70th anniversary of the school, we would like to make another attempt to repair the clock tower, and your signature is required for this to happen. Your cooperation will be greatly appreciated. Let's use our power to move the hands of the clock again. I feel like I read that. My bad. My memory is really bad. I bet it's in this cabinet. We've scoured the student council room, but we haven't found anything to remove that mold. Maybe it's inside here. I open the door to find all sorts of miscellaneous stuff crammed inside, from a giant hole puncher and old notes to a certificate of commendation. I guess anything that isn't used often gets shoved into here. Among them is a bottle of liquid bleach. Judging by the weight, there seems to be plenty left. Excellent. All right, we found it. We're going back to remove the mold.
Yoshi.
Okay, item, bleach. I open the bleach bottle and pour the liquid onto the pedestal. Then I wait a bit before using my handkerchief to remove the mold. It doesn't come off completely, but it does a decent enough job that I can actually make out the letters. We should be able to read what's written on the pedestal now. The writing on the pedestal is apparently a poem that seems a bit like a nursery rhyme. The old writing style and weathering make reading it a more difficult task than I anticipated, but I managed to copy it into my notebook. Follow the fox's whine, inviting us to the shrine, but the path is blocked by the serpent rock. Ah. Ha! I said it! I said it! I said it's behind that rock, didn't I? Let's go! The beast behind the zodiac shall be the one to open the track by imitating the serpent with its angry lament. What is the meaning of this rhyme? Maybe we can find out if we go to the fox forest. We already know. We already know, because I already know, okay? And if I know, you know. You know? We go. All right. Ah! All right. Ah! God damn it! It's fine. I was getting too big for my britches and they needed to take me down a peg. I get it. You got me. Thank you. God. Oh. That. Oh. I'm so glad I went to the bathroom before this. God dang. I brain farted for a second. That scared me so bad. Fox Forest is just beyond this gate. Mushikabe Shrine, where the departed's wedding is held, is located somewhere in this forest. All right, Yoshiki. We don't know what kind of horrors are waiting for us in there. Hang on to this gun, but be very careful with it. Mashita hands me the paper bag again. It's heavy. Doubt I'll ever get to use this thing. You shouldn't. Let's go. I'm surprised he trusted me with the gun, considering what. Oh no, but he already said like, oh, I don't think you even killed a human. Okay, yeah, never mind. We're good. Relying on the faint light from my flashlight, we tentatively step into the darkness of the forest. Mr. Kokuri is no longer here. However, a more terrifying spirit might have replaced him. As fear and tension build up inside my mind, beads of sweat start running down my cheeks. Hold on. Listen carefully. Do you hear that? I hear a faint moan. It doesn't make sense. Why are we hearing that here? I have a bad feeling about this. Hurry up. Sakamoto went missing. She's not in here, is she? Mashita and I rush over to the source of the sound. After a while, I arrive at an open area full of trees. There. Uh-oh. Why is her skin turned to porcelain? I find Sakamoto in a horrible state. Sakamoto, what happened to you? You all... Did some insanely big bug chew you up or something? What the heck happened to you? Are you perhaps Lord Mushigami? Come again? What are you saying? It's no use. Oh, it's no use. She's clearly not in her right mind. For fuck's sake, is there anything we can do for her? Sakamoto suddenly screams. At that moment, the bugs clinging to her launch an attack. Oh.
Damn, what are we gonna do, Yoshiki? We're in deep shit if we have to keep dealing with this.
Good lord! I was hoping I was wrong! No! While I think she might be too far gone to save, I hope we can at least do something for her. Whether what's happening to Sakamoto now is a paranormal phenomenon or a mere hallucination. Maybe we can return Sakamoto to her senses. The dried up frog! Hold towards insects.
よし、了解した。
We both grabbed the dried up frog and thrust it at the bugs latched onto Sakamoto. I remember hearing frog drives away bugs or something. This might work. We bring the frog closer to the bugs. When I do that, the bugs pull back as if they're retreating from the frog.
Look at those bugs, they hate the frog. Yeah, I guess it's working.
But even though the bugs try to avoid the frog, they still don't leave Sakamoto. I successfully intimidated the bugs, but this is still getting us nowhere. Looks like this isn't the right choice. Well, I think she might be too far gone to save. Okay. I'm gonna see if showing it works, because I don't want to use the gun. Unless they mean like me put her out of her misery.
よし。
I grab the dried up frog and show it to Sakamoto. I hold up the frog in front of her. If this frog's got some kind of spiritual energy, something could happen. However, Sakamoto's eyes show no signs of recognition or response. However, one of the bugs responds and launches an attack. Ooh, that hurt. These bugs will take us down in no time if this keeps up. We need a different approach. Read the report aloud? Maybe fire a warning shot?
了解した。
As I'm about to try to hand the bag over to Mashita, he pulls out his own gun. He then tries to fire a warning shot. Ah! But in a panic, Mashita fails to grab the gun securely and falls to the ground. Well, I think she might be too... Yeah. All right. I have a feeling this warning shot's not going to do anything, though, and we have to read that aloud. Pointing the muzzle. Oops. Worked into a frenzy by the sound of the gunshot, the insects rush at me. What? I should have known. I should have known. These bugs will take us down in no time if this keeps up. We need a different approach. All right. The report it is. Read aloud.
これでどうだ。了解した。
We unfold Sakamoto's report and read it out loud so she can hear. We carefully read the report out loud, speaking loudly and clearly. Sakamoto isn't responding much, though I can tell that she's listening. Is there still a glimmer of her consciousness left? If so, our voices might still reach her.
Remember, Sakamoto. Yeah, this is the report you wrote.
Huh? Is that my... But why is it... Looks like Sakamoto's returned to her senses a little bit. Looks like there's a... Man, the last one I thought it would have been. I thought we had to scare the bugs away with the frog. Maybe we have to now. Why am I... Sakamoto mutters, stupefied. Bugs are sticking out of large holes in her head and chest. If this were a normal situation, those wounds would have killed her long ago. However, she's talking. This is probably another instance of the departed's curse. Mr. Yoshiki. Her remaining left eye fixes its gaze upon me. I guess she's recognized me. She's well beyond saving at this point, though maybe I could still ask her some questions. The main shrine's location? Tell me where the main shrine is. You went there, didn't you? The main shrine is beyond the serpent rock. There, make the bloody red, pure blue. I'm just speechless. Uh-oh. Like a puppet whose strings have been cut, Sakamoto collapses on the spot. She stops moving and instantly insects swarm her body. They begin to devour her before my very eyes. Stop it! I try to kick the insects off of her. This is futile. There's no way these bugs can be stopped. Please stop. Stop this. I can't bear to watch someone I knew get consumed by insects bit by bit. In the end, I have to avert my eyes. Well, guess that suspicion's gone too. Because she was one of the ones I suspected as well. Once the insects finish eating her body, they scatter into the dark forest. There's not a trace of Sakamoto's remains, bones, or clothes left.
You are watching